Welcome back. Tabletop Theater. Previously, the Goon Squad. Wanted a new adventure. Tired of kicking all the butt and not getting any of the glory. They said, we want something new. Give us something bigger, better. Let us be the lead. Colonel Pie and the new Arcana Ponsophagal. All right, let's see what you can do. Your mission is to go after Woosterion, previous member of the Arcana Ponsophagal, turned traitor when he grabbed and took with him the hand of Vecna. Now he wields it, but it's an electronic hand, the Terminator 2 hand. Bum 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 bum. He's full gone necromancy.
Not bum.
Gone full necromancy, with the assistance of a mysterious old witch, all in black, with veils covering her, with a veil, black veil, lacy veil covering her face, and now wielding the ancient book of necromancy held once by, what was her name? Late Briarwood, Delilah Briarwood, grand necromantic mistress that had once taken over this town of Whitestone. Whitestone is your destination. Your mission is to stop Woosterion from whatever evil machinations he has with Whitestone. There you're to meet a contact. Another member of the Arcana Ponsophagal, one of the founding members, Vixalia de Rolo. Now we enter back into the story. The dark cave. It's definitely it's a lit cave. It's definitely underground. There's grand section of mountain that has been carved out. There's big fires on the corners, illuminated thing. There's strange shadows and activity. The camera shows down to hear a lot more of the activity, and you could see hundreds, tens, hundreds, a big crowd of mixture of both humans, no, not humans, dwarves, whole bunch of different dwarves, as well as, and they're different, they're Duergar, dark-skinned dwarves that are deep dwarves, dark dwarves, and with them as well the help me out here, the elves that are dark elves, Narissa? Drow, as well as a few drow. They're all there chanting in a big crowd, looking up expectantly into, as the camera pulls out to reveal a ledge where a speaker walks out. Woosterion walks out holding onto this big lectern with like what looks to be a modernized microphone with all these different runic symbols and things on it. Something like this. The different runes and lighting. Citizens, I've come, as promised. My fellow dwarves, soon we will take our land back. The land that our ancestors once held proudly, that were stolen from the de Rolo family hundreds of years ago. Were betrayed by them, their greed over this. And his camera pans to show the walls now lit up, and it's all stone, white sandy stone with like bits of sometimes gleaming greenish things. Iridium, Whitestone, the bones of the ancients fallen, of the giants. That's what they seek. The literal bones. And now you can see these castrations that are these big sections from seen from afar do look like the petrified bones of a giant that had fallen down and made what is now parts of mountains. They stole our land, kicked us out, made us slaves to work in their mines. And now we're close. We have driven them back with their own evil machinations, their own technomancy. We are better at.
I'm watching Wooster.
I love it. I love it.
I'm watching him while you're talking, and he's doing the mouth motions, and then he goes.
The time is coming soon. We will have aid. The rest, we just wait now. Let me pray this back. Cut. We need to pray this back. Let me read my lines again.
Hey, come on. This can't be that hard.
Okay.
It's
Here
like 3 lines, dude.
And action.
Great take.
The time is drawing close. Soon, we will have what we need to take back what is ours and finish what we started.
Finish. That makes sense for Wooster.
Castle Whitestone. Soon be ours. Cut to.
Food.
You guys have you're in Whitestone. We cut to the last we were here, Vexali said thank you for coming. There's a lot to talk about. But let's just meet up in the morning. When you've all rested and all rested, we'll have time. We'll have time prepared to talk. Cut to morning time. Let's start off with you guys in your morning routine or getting out of bed or whatever you want to start off with. Let's start off with our leader of the group, the Goon Squad, Armolad.
Oh,
by the way, all of the beds, you're in the castle. All of the beds are as luxurious as you want. There's plenty of rooms, all these knickknacks, gear stored however you want. Armolad, let's start with you. What do you got?
Well, the first thing I do when I get up each morning is stretch, calisthenics, get the body loose. Got to be able to chop those people up real good. Then I get dressed. Yes, I do my calisthenics naked. Put on
Too much information.
Put on the cloak, the belt, put up the hood.
The camera lingers really nicely on your well-toned muscles in your underwear as you're doing these exercises, kind of tastefully, but something for the ladies.
And then grub time. Trying to get something to eat. Hope they have something useful in this place.
You make your way down to the kitchen. You're passing. It's mostly very well decorated stone, a mixture of stone bedrooms with some sort of like wall paneling on certain sections of the wall, tapestries. As you're walking down carpeted floor, you know where the kitchen is, or where there's a big eating area, the main dinner table. You had been led past on your way there. You make your way down the stairs, and the camera's following you, showing grandiose stairs as leading their way downward into a giant open entryway with giant portraits on the top, not one of which is you pass along, briefly pausing as you see portrait giant of Vexalia and a young version of Vexalia and Percival the Rolo III. They're together as a couple, married, and big and dominated. The camera lingers there for a second, and then you continue downward into the dining room table where breakfast is being served. Where there's breakfast, there's tons of already big bowl of stuff, and then Rak, you want to say something or interlude?
And among the things present in the room, there is Rak, who has
Perfect.
not taken the time in the morning to do any calisthenics or any other sort of exercise. Instead, just wandered down into the room where he smelled food, and is now currently in a high kneeled position, one leg on a chair, leaning to it, one hand holding a piece of chicken leg, and he's talking to somebody. He doesn't even care who he is. He's just telling a story. But what to say that Rak is naked is misleading, because he is wearing two pieces of clothing, namely
One bunny shoe and another bunny shoe.
exactly.
Oh
But
my
the camera pans tactically so that there's always something in the middle to prevent it from getting rid of the PG-13 rating.
It's one of the guards there. Well, I don't think we can include the family in this portion of it, but there you go. That's a fantastic introduction of Rak. Who else wants to come in? Anybody want to
It
walk in
has-
on this?
Which there's a sword in between, dangling on a belt.
All right.
No, it's a
can't
trident.
imagine
It's a
yourself.
trident. It's a trident dangling in front of him. Yes.
No, it just depends where the camera is at the moment. There's either like a jug of wine or just tactically somebody
Did
walking
you
by
recently
and
just watch the
He-
Michael Myers
Oh,
movie?
yeah.
The Austin Powers.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
The Austin Powers effect, where there's always something in front tactically.
No,
Oh,
you-
yeah.
You're
Okay.
you're half of a centauri. That's why you're using the trident, right? You've got 3.
So, Scar and Narissa, it's your turn to enter into the scene.
Okay, so Scar is of the same mind as Rak. However, she does do a little personal hygiene. And checks herself out in the mirror, says, God, you're gorgeous. Brr. And walks down to the, following the smell of food, and sees Rak in all his glory. Like, where's the food? And goes,
Oh yeah. And Rak picks up the bowl that is tactically in front of the area, only to reveal another bowl behind it, and handing it over over the Scar. Here you go.
Apparently, none of you guys have ever figured out that there's this thing called a bell in your room. And as you guys are downstairs, you hear the bell ring from my room.
There's actually, when you pull on the thing, there is a bell nearby that you can see on the wall, and it'll say guest room 3. And then now entering into the scene is like one of the servants walking from the kitchen, past you on the table. As it's going by, there's like a
I
glass
picked
of something
something off of it.
Huh? Fantastic. That happens. Cut to somebody knocks on your door, or Narissa.
Narissa opens it up, grabs it,
Here you go.
hands a gold coin to the person.
Oh no,
and
that won't
shuts
be
the door.
necessary, please. You all are
No,
good.
no. You guys deserve it.
No, I insist. That's thank you.
It's for the kitchen staff and for all you guys. I know you guys don't get much.
Actually, they do, but
Very well then. Thank you.
and what do you see?
Oh, no.
What do you see on your thing?
But as before she closes it, she goes, "Oh, by the way, tell Scar stop stealing my food.
As you wish, milady.
Thank you.
This now spelt butler still not carrying like a tray by the side with no longer carrying the things. All three of you are are talking. I'm assuming and eating in various states of dress and undress. Pardon me. Is one of you Scar? One of you, Narissa, has requested that you do not steal her food.
Oh, that was her. What I thought you were just bringing it out for everybody. I didn't know that it was going somewhere. Okay, noted.
Will there be anything else? Hans, Constance, Armolad. Sorry, Rak.
Huh?
Hans, would you need some assistance in
Oh,
dressing?
I never ate that. What's that?
As you wish.
He's kind of
And he
messy
moves
when
off
he
into the
eats,
kitchen.
so he dresses after he finishes.
So, three of you are at the table. I'll leave this up to you guys. What do you guys want to talk about or discuss or eat?
Eat. I'm eating.
We can see that.
No.
So then I told them I really like chicken. So, what
So
about you?
do I. So do I. And it's really good, especially when it's chicken.
Back in the
Fantastic.
giant village, we didn't have none of those. Chickens were too small for the giant. The only one small enough to catch them was me. So I had to go and catch the small ones just outside the camp because there actually was a lot of chickens in the surrounding vicinity. So I was constantly hunting for the eggs and occasionally getting a chicken, but there was nowhere to keep them. That's annoying.
I look around the kitchen while I'm eating and listening to Rak.
You're not
ramble
really
on.
in the kitchen.
We're
You're
not
not
in
in
the-
the
yeah.
kitchen.
The,
We're in the
this is
dining
the
area.
dining room.
You're in the dining room area. This is a fancy capsule. You're not in the kitchen.
Probably in the main hall or something.
Actually, no. This is the kitchen area, and this is just like the staff table that's there.
Yeah.
Because you would have been drawn straight to the smell, and
Mhm.
and in the background, like there's still people like working. I mean, it's a big kitchen. You're
Oh.
just on one of the little what's the table that the staff uses to eat. And by the way, this table that the staff uses to eat, it's big and it's quite fancy, even for that stuff. Like
Yeah.
the family here treats their staff really well, you could tell.
Okay.
That's why they were the butler was trying to say no to the gold for me.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that would explain why the bell sign here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so and anything else? Scarred, you said you wanted to look around some more, investigate. Why don't you do the first roll of the day? Either perception or investigation. Perception being looking with your eyes, investigating means like rolling around and interacting with people and things.
Oh, look, a natural 20.
Fuck a duck.
And screw a
Let's get
kangaroo.
dangerous.
No, it was a chicken. It wasn't a duck.
And it's a perception. From where you're looking at, the camera pans through your careful eyes, and like on occasion it zooms in on something interesting as you're seeing like racks of spices on one side, big like open tables, an island where there's chopped up foods, big things of meats in like, getting in preparation. The far background, maybe like 50, 100 feet, I'm talking like ginormous big kitchen. The far background, you see a set of people moving in moving back and forth as they're carrying things is definitely staff. At the same time, there is a workstation, multiple burners and ovens as they're moving themselves in and out of this. A lot of staff are opening and closing these doors, and every time like the camera now looks through, and every time you can see it open through and it reveals something new, the camera looks through there carefully, and there is a red door in the far background as a, and then it just, it only shows up as people are passing through this. And that's it. Things of interest would be that.
Red is my favorite color. So, I think I'm going to say, hey guys, do you see that door over there? You have to look carefully. There's a red door and it's piqued my interest.
It is. It looks
our,
very much far in the section of area of staff that you're not supposed to go there as guest.
Has our host given you permission to have free reign of the castle?
In fact, as soon as breakfast is done, you'll be meeting with Vexalia soon. As soon as you've had breakfast and freshened up.
We'll we can discuss exploration after we've met with Vexalia. It's not looking at my watch. Yeah, that I'm not even wearing. That we can discuss traipsing around the castle, but we don't really want to insult our hosts.
Setup for later on.
Huh. You know, there was a time in one of my battles.
Cut to.
Thank you for the save. Thank you for the save.
This is why Narissa ate in her room and got dressed.
Why? I am trying to be my character, and you guys, come on.
Yes, and Narissa
Rak, you might want to go get dressed before we meet with Vexalia.
And Narissa is an introvert.
Yeah,
She likes her whispers.
So,
Hey, I'm just trying to be me.
Yeah, and that likes to eat my food.
Didn't know it was your food.
Yeah, that's what you say every time.
Since all you did was ring the bell, how would you know there was something missing from your plate? You don't know what he was going to bring you.
I have these things called whispers.
But no one was dead.
Whispers
that we
saying,
know of.
Wait.
Well, the cow that was on the plate was dead.
No. It's whispers from the dead saying, it's meta knowledge that you knew that you took it when you weren't there.
It was the last servant that was down the hallway going that was roaming. You know who took your food. That was it.
Anyways, cut to. It's a little bit later in the day. You all are dressed to the nines. Instructions from Armolad. You're the new representatives from Arcata Pansophago here. You're led to a meeting room. It's a big study, almost like where you had been walked into and introduced earlier. That big study's there. It's there's library books, hundreds of library books. There's one of those moving ladders that you have to move along on a rail system that you can get up on, that you have to get up on to get just to the second level where there's more books. Everywhere is decorated with intricate, these small, tiny designs or bigger things, strange artistic objects made out of brass and steel and gold. Um, things like a metal globe, different chandeliers, different lighting effects, decorating around things that you would see as of some sort of artisan. How could I describe Percy as? How would you guys describe Percy?
I don't know him.
No. Somebody who works on things, manipulates things.
Artificer,
Yes, an artificer,
mechanic.
Artificer of great
Any
skill.
artisan.
Exactly. That's what I'm getting to.
Artisan. Yeah.
Well, artisan is more art than artificer is more machines.
As the camera does its little job introducing the room and the history of who this was, once again we're shown a very beautiful yet broken apart, intricate gun. Artistic, medieval style ancient gun, maybe 400 years old, broken into little sections, exploded, basically, artistically put onto a wall as a design, as like, and underneath it, it's a big rifle, and the wood is still there, nice and polished. A big long tube. It looks like a sniper rifle, even with the scope, and everything's exploded. And underneath it, it says "Bad News." In the year 3489, underneath it, as the camera's lingering in there, the doors open, and entering in is Vexalia with a few Vexalia, half elven, older mistress, grayish blackish hair, regal in look, bright pointy ears with a little some sort of like not a blue fish, you can't have the blue. Bundled hair, nicely braided, elegant red and black and gold dress. Flanked by half elven, half human as well. What looked to be what appeared to be sort of like twins, younger, maybe in their 200s. Half elven as well. Welcome to level 6. She steps forward, and as the doors behind the doors behind her close, we have much to discuss. Let me get the. We have much to Let me get the accent just right. We have much to discuss. Welcome. First off, did everybody sleep well? Were your accommodations up to taste?
Very well. Well, meditated mostly.
Rak has actually his clothes on. First of all, they're
For
clean.
once.
They're clean, like freshly washed. His hair is combed, clean. His skin is sparkling from how freshly it has been washed, and even the bunny slippers seem like like they've gotten a little bit of poop in their hair.
It's been brushed and poofed and
Yeah.
blow dried.
Yeah, his
Narissa's
beard has been braided and goes all the way in the middle of the chest.
Narissa's slowly looking, whispering over to Scar, going, I wonder how long this is going to last.
And
Not long.
and Scar says, I don't know. We haven't even started yet. The meeting.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, but I was talking about Rak being all nicey nice. Yeah, I know.
Let's put this on. So, moving on. She sits down to the head of the table, and she introduces. Shoot, I lost it. All right, come back. Where are you? There we are.
Yep.
She introduces
No.
the twins, Wolfie and Leona. Or is it Baxter, Donna, and Gwendolyn? Hang on. These are the sons and there we go. This is Wolf Christoph de Rolo and Leona Pike de Rolo, twins, my sons and daughters.
Nice.
And she introduces us around. Let's get down to business. Thank you again for coming.
It's our honor.
The stakes are high. Let me show you. She touches something on the table. What looks like a button. You're surrounded like this, not a circular table, but enough of a conference room table where like you can see where people put battle maps and stuff like that, and you could comfortably sit around. It could serve as a dining room table, but you could see it being like it's differently intricate. And she pushes something on it, and there's a series of whirs and clicks, and the table opens up from the center, and now comes this little thing, and it opens up, and then boom, a holographic design pops up, and it rotates with a slight hum. Let me introduce you to one of the first image that shows up on you guys. The audience doesn't need to see it, but you guys could see the map of city of Whitestone.
I can see it.
Huh? Oh yeah, because we went to that mode. There we go.
You see Scar going like this to the hologram.
Wherever you touch, like there's a little bit of like fizzle as your finger just pushes through it. It doesn't feel like anything. It doesn't even feel like warm. It's just like straight through. The only reaction you get is a little bit of and that's it.
That's cool.
My husband, Percival, my late husband, designed almost all of the things that you see here. He was a genius, a great mind, advanced star technology, leap years, generations ahead of anything that was possible. He started off doing grand things, terrible things. As he looks again to the series of broken up guns, bad news, and the other one, and a little bit of ominous music plays for a second, and then the camera focuses back on her, and amazing, beautiful masterpieces. The clockwork, the clock tower that you saw that dominates when you come into the city. You can see it in your guys' background. Was his. He designed all these little toys and trinkets, and this table. His genius. I miss him terribly. For generations, we've been ahead of the technomatic curve of sorts, all mechanical, based here in Taldore, worked naturally and beautifully. And our relationship with our others, and Iman with Allura, made us a powerhouse, a dual partnership. It's now being threatened. The camera shifts again to like the mountainous area around Whitestone, and it's a big drawn out map almost topographical because this is an illusion spell. And so it could show different things. It's showing like the topographical map of the mountains of Whitestone, and it looks like from this distance, like as if a giant had fallen, or some titan had fallen, and parts of him are in the ocean, and parts of him are here. So like his arm, where his arm would be, would create like this sort of valley. His main body causes a crest. The head partially shown into the ground. In the mountains of Whitestone, while we mine the bones of a giant, a titan once past, to get camera shifts again. Iridium filtered. This is a magic amplifier. Tiny drop of this mixed with other magics, concentrated. This is concentrated pure arcane enhancement, 100-fold, 10-fold. Sometimes it reacts in strange manners. It's allowed Iman and Whitestone and Taldora in general to evolve to the next stage of technology. Something threatens it. This technomancy, this Woosterion, and bringing in more and more of these strange camera shifts to exactly the type of weaponry that you guys just fought against, but now there's more, and the camera's like showing like all these different. The audience would recognize it, some strange weapons from like the 60s, 70s, automatic rifles, grenades, little things, as well as perverted versions of them. Some sort of like pistols with arcane things and made out of wooden handles, as if you took a one of those lead shot pistols from like the early Revolutionary Wars, but with runes on it with runes and strange things on them, still glowing. They're perverting it, and it's going to challenge us. Already, we're losing this war against this new type of technomancy from the dirt world. This dirty tech threatens our entire civilization here. And we've been getting attacked from Woosterion and its men. The mines, the roads. We don't know what their missions are. But we have seers. I think he seeks dominion over the land. And you can tell by her age now that her face all of a sudden wilts and looks really, really old and tired, and she says, "My time is passing. The generation my children are next to rule, and their children. We fought hard for this land back against terror, and there's pain in her eyes. Terrible, terrible enemies. I need your help in stopping Woosterion.
Okay.
Already he's taken over the mines, and once again it shows the mountain area and all roads leading up to like what normally be like entrances to like mines and things. We've recently lost access. They now have the source of iridium directly. My men, and you've seen their guard, professional what looks like redcoats with long rifles with bayonets, dressed beautifully in red and white, exactly what would be like the Revolutionary War style redcoats with beautiful hats and everything. They're not enough. They can't stand against them. We need something We need more muscle. And unfortunately, Frog is gone. But you all look like the sort of rough and tumble men and women that is exactly right what's for the job. You're muted.
That's why we're called the Goon Squad.
Oh shoot, that reminds me. Time. Let's see. Back in my day, we were called the shits. True story. That's before they
True.
became Vox
It is
Machina. They
Yep.
were called the shits.
The shits.
With an S or a Z on the end?
With an S. SHIT. Super hit intense team strike or some shit. I can't remember the exact what it's. Anyways, moving on. So you remind me a lot of, well, quite frankly, me in my youth.
Mhm.
I don't know. You don't have enough chest for it.
So with level 6 comes information. This is all, of course, top secret. The source of having an enemy like Wooster and having access to all that iridium. Nothing good could come from that. And I think he's been working with allies. I don't know much. We don't know much about that. We need small strike teams that can do investigations. Somebody that thinks outside of the box. A goon squad. So, do you have any questions at the moment?
Yes. What's up with the red door?
We have keen eyes. That's a sort of secret access to a series of sections that will lead eventually to an area that is 100% off limits. She thinks for a second whether to talk to you about it. Like, you can see, like, for an instant, like, I don't know if I should tell you about this or not. Scar, do you want to try to say or persuade me to tell you more? I don't know if you can handle that.
She's trying to grasp. Okay, so it's off limits. Is it because it is already taken over by the other people? Or, she's trying to, it's like, okay, so it's off limits because she doesn't want her people to get hurt.
No.
She's thinking, no, she's thinking this in her brain. Then she just stares her down without flinching, and she tries to do, I don't want to do intimidation because that's not what I want to do.
No, you don't. Not against Vixalia.
No, but I'm gonna try and do.
Want to do persuasion or intimidation with charisma? I don't. No.
Not-
No,
Wait.
persuasion. What?
She
What,
can also,
Narissa?
you could also try to do deception.
If you do persuasion, I'll give you advantage.
Okay. Where's my modifier? Why is it not persuasion? Come on.
Be a good modifier. Show
There
up
you
for
go.
us.
Wow, didn't even need it. Your line's gonna be something like, come on, we're here. If we're here to help, you need to tell us.
So I look her straight in the eyes, and it's like, we have gone through the forest. We have been attacked more than once. We are here to help. That is our job.
The
Okay.
more information we have, the better we can help.
It's my persuasion.
I know, I'm just saying that.
All right.
Yeah.
Very well. She does this little thing with her hands, and the image on the screen changes again. And you get on her hand, she has like these little. When she did that, she has these couple of rings, and they flash briefly, like with runes on the symbols, like suddenly flash to indicate like she's got like this sort of arcane control over, like this hand ring thing is controlling that. It changes. There's a fucking ziggurat underground. It's ancient looking, made out of stone, giant pyramid type thing. Weird, ancient, evil looking, with steps and some sort of pointed thing. As you see it from the outside, and it's inside of this big cavern. And she says, that leads to that. A ziggurat. Go ahead, you want to say something? React to it?
Yeah, wasn't that in season 1?
Sure was.
Okay.
That is exactly what roll me a history check.
I'm not gonna know that. We'll try. Yeah, I don't know
Everybody else,
shit.
everybody roll me a history check. This
I
will
was
be a great
gonna say-
opportunity to drop some lore.
Narissa doesn't know crap about Whitestone. What do you expect?
Oops.
Oh my god, Rak, you're fucking ridiculous.
How does Rak know anything?
And with a
about
minus one,
Whitestone?
he rolls a 20.
So you see, I did spend 3 years in Whitestone back in the day before I came to Mon. During that time, I heard a couple stories from a friend of mine, and
A female friend, I would take it.
And the scene shifts. Now we're inside here with a little bit of voiceover to capture the drink.
Oh my god, Froggy, you're gonna die.
Froggy, I love it. I love it.
Oh my
We
god.
have a video, by the way, a compilation of all of the takes of him having the drink. Somebody put it together, and it is hilarious. We're dying. I was dying. I was actually drinking something and I spewed. It was so funny. Oh, what's that? Is that a middle finger?
Who, me? No, him. Yeah.
I guess we should post it up on the YouTube channel so you can laugh at me more.
Yeah, I like
Yeah,
laughing at. I like laughing at Wooster. It's the best.
It was
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
hilarious.
whoa, whoa.
And I expect you to.
Well, you should put a thing on it if it gets so many views that you have to
Do it again.
I'm not
Yeah.
risking that.
Ah, actually, Wooster,
okay.
try this.
If it gets
Instead
a
of our
million views,
normal-
I'll drink another one.
Instead
I'm
of our
sorry, if you
normal
get
donut
what?
break screen, play that during the break.
No.
Oh yes,
I'll live for repeat now.
it'll live on. It'll
sound
live
like the
on
reading.
in infamy.
Okay, let's get back.
All right. Rak, who is this is a lore drop for you. 100 years ago, the Briarwoods. I'm sorry, 400 plus years ago, the Briarwoods took over this city, this area. The rightful heirs of Whitestone were slain by these necromantic witch, Lady Briarwood, and a vampire lord. Their mission was to release a being known as Vecna. You know all about Vecna, but this is where the origin started. They attempted to release it using this ziggurat. Its importance here, as there are a bundle of ley lines that connect here. In certain times of year, at certain epochs in our lifetimes, a solstice comes. A time where all the ley lines align perfectly at this juncture point. And this ziggurat has immense potential, the potential to open up portals to forbidden and closed off realms. We stopped him from summoning Vecna, or at least delayed him for a long time. Since then, that area is well maintained, cared for, monitored. I don't know if Wisterin has any plans for that or not. But it's well guarded, well defended. And you should know that under no circumstances you should get past that red door, because you will more than likely fall prey to one of the traps that you will not see. And trust me in telling you that Percy is really good at laying down traps. She does this thing and it disappears and goes back to the map. However,
I do have a question.
Shoot.
So are we to try and to keep the people from this Woosterian fella from trying to get through that door?
I mean,
What?
I don't think I don't know if that's his mission. That's just the door that leads to there. I don't know that he even knows if that exists. We've kept that secret for, or at least attempted to keep it secret for a while. Look at Rak.
Looking at Rak,
What?
who was kind of doing part of the exposition on this.
Not my fault your story's all around town.
You're
mean-
the Vox Machina.
I mean, you're
of course.
it's a
The
legendary
bard.
thing. Yeah.
Wait a minute. The bard was the one that was telling all the stories and glorifying it and this whole Ragnarok thing, majiggy.
Yeah. No
So-
scandal. With that, he smiles, and then sadness again as the music cues change again. Scanlan, little scamp, little scamp. No, I don't know if that's his ultimate mission or not. It could be. As far as I know, I think he just wants to take over. Our history with this land, because of the iridium, has been fought over for thousands of years. Anyway, I think it's up to you to investigate. I will give you full control, access to anything and everywhere. You're level 6 now. You have access to different areas. Of course, I'd ask that you bring permission, because that you ask permission first, but there are precautions that need to be had. But again, the map. She hands each of you like a rolled up her son and daughter pass around the little rolled up maps that you have access to. The entire city of Whitestone and the surrounding areas. You can ask, investigate, look around. I need a group of goons like you to protect. You will be given access to outside, and as you investigate or things come up, we'll have missions for you, but I expect you to lead charge. We're not much of we're a known entity. We don't have very good forms of infiltration, I assume, or exploration as a subtle group.
You
Questions?
know what goons are? No. Subtlety isn't our strong point. Is there a specific mission you want to send us on now, or is it just keep
Why
an
don't you
ear
get to
out?
know the town and the people first?
Yeah.
Get your time settled. We haven't. Woosterion hasn't been bold enough to attack at the site, in the city center. Our walls and our men are very well secure and everything. That doesn't mean that in time he's not creating the means for it. But in the
Okay.
meantime, get to know the town, the center, defenses, whatever you need.
I'll
Scott?
check out the bar.
Of course.
I'll check out the tree.
Oh, the sun tree.
I am a wood elf after all.
As you and showing you guys background that I mean, if you see at the base of it, those are houses at the base of it. That is the giant, massive, super mantle. The tree of the Dawn Father. And it was said that the city of Whitestone planted that in honor of the Dawn Father himself in ancient times after a great defeat, after he had defeated the Titan that you see laid down making the mountains of Whitestone. In honor, we planted the tree in the honor of the Dawn's Father, and around it, once it grew and brought light and shelter to this area, the one bit of light and shelter, this bitter cold, surrounds and protects this area. The city of Whitestone was built around it in its honor. And it stood for thousands of years. Anyways, sure. You could go check that out. You could go individually or on separate things. Any questions that I can answer at the moment?
Do we need some sort of pass to get into places where we might not normally be expected to go?
Along with that, yes, sure. Amulets. Sure. It just passes. I was gonna make it fancy, but I'm like, whatever. Amulets. There's little necklaces, and it has the
a big number 6 on it.
No, it has probably the crest
It has a crest of Whitestone.
Okay.
of
It
the.
has the crest of Whitestone. These will be sufficient to pass. I've let most people of importance know that your presence is here and your roles. But these will let you pass as well. I help identify you.
I would have said that you could have just said the kids take off their family crest necklaces and just hand them to us. Because those are harder to fake,
Anything else?
Uh-oh.
Carlos says frozen on our screen.
Yeah,
Yep.
I did the thing I'm not
In the Zoom
supposed
call
to.
too.
I kicked the little control that my USB is at.
Stop kicking it.
Just
Now
give me
would be a good time for a break. What do you think?
Well, and with that, while we decide where we're going, let's take a break.
Let's take a 10-minute break. We'll be back at half an hour. At the half-hour mark or something along those lines. So, see you guys later, Rooney.
Yep. So yes, Wednesday is my birthday.
Yay! Do you hear that, everybody?
Ooh, the Ides of March.
Gonna be your
Yep.
birthday.
Yes.
Well, the Ides
So
of
are you
March.
gonna get stabbed 36 times?
No, because I'm not Caesar.
Mm.
But you
Thank you, Froggy.
you could become a salad.
She's not a big fan of oh, what's that word?
Blades in the dark.
No. She's not a big fan of
Backstabbers?
not just backstabbers.
Politicians.
No, I'm
No,
not.
the thing that's made for Caesar salads. Anchovies. She's not a big fan of
Anchovies.
anchovies.
That
And
doesn't belong
anchovies
the
aren't
Caesar
in
salad.
a Caesar salad.
No, they are.
They are. They're in the
Yes, they are.
dressing.
Yes, they are.
Traditional Caesar salad dressing is anchovies.
Oh, wait. I get to tell a story. Yes, about this. So, Caesar salad was banned in 1920 in California because it became so popular. It became so popular as a new salad that it overtook Hidden Valley's Ranch, #1 maker of ranch salad. They invented ranch salad, and that's all of California fucking liked forever. And this is 1920. So, does anybody know where Caesar salad was invented or why it was invented?
No.
USA.
It was invented by a Mexicano in Mexico by
Oh.
Cesar. His name was Cesar, and it was Cesar's ensalada, Caesar salad, from a Mexican named Caesar. So it became so popular that California, they banned it on the fact that it had anchovies on it and also raw egg in the original recipe.
Damn
So,
EPA.
of course, yeah. So, well, they passed a law saying that any no consumable raw foods and list of items, and like specifically targeted that. Like Hidden Valley, they put up a ton of money to corrupt the system so they could get that law passed. But of course, later on, Caesar salad is like, fine, we'll just take that off, and it's popular
Yeah.
everywhere else. By that time,
Yeah,
the damage
apparently
was
it is.
done.
Apparently
But-
it is, Froggy. It's Mexican food.
Geez. Isn't that also the same time as the evolution?
Uh,
No.
Wasn't that the
abolition
same
is
time
in
with
1918.
drinking?
Depression,
No,
Oh,
the drinking.
prohibition.
Prohibition.
Ah.
Yeah.
Also, technically, a traditional old fashioned has raw egg in it.
Oh, on
Okay.
the topic of
Haven't seen that.
prohibition, did you know that Finland also had prohibition about 10 years before Americans?
Really?
Really?
And it
So
went
that's where we got the
exactly the
idea
same as
from.
America's.
Exact-
Exactamundo.
You had gangsters and everything?
Yeah.
Nice.
And
The
these
only
gangsters
thing
are
missing,
no
we
joke.
didn't have Tommy guns. Other than that, it was exact same thing. You got smugglers with
Amazing.
better gear going over the ocean. You got smugglers going over the border. You got gangsters selling booze and speakeasies. You know, all the
Yeah.
shebang. And there is some legends that the American kingpins did import Finnish specialists to help them
Nice.
during the prohibition of their own.
Wow.
Because they
That
had
is-
experience on this bullshit.
I could see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I could actually see Al Capone doing that, actually.
Just smuggling some booze over the Great Lakes.
I don't care
Yeah.
how much we have to pay this guy. If they're doing it, if they did it first, I don't care how much he costs. I want that guy. Trust me.
And
it'll
the
pay off
laws
in the
got
long run.
so steep even in the 80s. I think it was in the 80s where they changed the legal age of drinking to 21, that people were going to Canada to drink because it was legal at 18 up there
Yeah.
to drink.
Yeah.
So,
Uh,
especially people in the Air Force that was in North Dakota, my brother would do that. And
My mom remembers when the age changed from 18 to 19 to 21, and it would change right as she just changed a couple days right before her birthday, and she'd go, I just have to wait a couple more days and I could drink.
Oh, that's funny.
Sorry, 3 more days. Sorry, the law changed. You're now gonna be a year older.
Oh, I did have my first drink on an airplane, right at midnight, right as I turned over, I was flying to DEF CON 3. No, DEF CON. It's one of the DEF CON's hacker convention back in the days.
Yeah. I actually know that convention. I went to it.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
It's kind of, yeah, I like, anyways. So on the airplane, I turned 21 and I told the steward, I'm still like, hey, can I have one of the beers? And she's like, wait, let me see some ID. I'm like, you're not, I'm like, no, look, it's my birthday. I just turned it. It's midnight. And she's like, oh, here, happy birthday.
My first beer was in England. Yeah, I'm gonna say England and London. And I was of age there, but I wasn't of age in the States.
Nice.
I still haven't had my first beer.
Wow.
My 21st birthday, I went to go see Nightwish. I hadn't drank any alcohol yet. My ID was actually
We're
expired.
not on a time crunch, Froggy. Sorry, continue.
My ID was actually expired. The guy literally saw my outfit, said, your ID is expired, but I'm going to give you the alcohol pass anyway because you are 21 legally. We were in watching the band Nightwish, and my boyfriend at the time yelled "cock," and the band stopped and finished. It stopped, and they were trying to find him. I go, "You did that on purpose?" He goes, "Yeah, because it's your 21st birthday. You should see the band in person." I go, "No, don't."
Oh boy. Oh boy.
I go, "I'd
A
rather
Finnish
have my
band,
first
by the way.
drink."
A Finnish band.
Yeah.
Um, by the way, you were stupid. You should have seen them in person, gotten their gotten a photograph with them. Hello.
And it was with Amy. It was with Amy. It wasn't with Tarja.
Yeah, there you go.
See?
Mhm.
Somebody agrees with me.
But it wasn't with Tarja. It was with Amy.
Who cares?
Who cares who it was with? You
Rock
should
and
have still
roll.
done it.
Rock and roll, man. Fuck yeah.
It is a
right.
memory. It's a memory.
It was still a memory.
It is still
Yes,
good. Very good.
Marco is actually the better singer. Yes.
Okay. I'm going to a bar.
All right,
I am
moving
going to
back
a
into
bar.
the story. So, talking about conversation of different alcohols, etc., etc. Oh, I had something.
Which bar
Prohibition.
are you going? Yeah,
Scar, go ahead.
So Scar does one of these things. She puts the medallion inside so no one can see it. And she goes and sits in a corner and she observes everything and tries to listen in on conversations to find out what people
Nice.
That's
It's a
pretty
letter
cool.
my brother sent me from Rome.
Wow.
It's the Roman Empire scroll letter.
Oh, that
Comes
is
with a
super
wooden
awesome.
case too.
I want that.
Sorry,
You gotta go to Rome.
Can't have it.
I'm going to. That's on my bucket list before this old aged woman died.
You're not old. You're not aging. Stop it.
There's no point in lying to her. She's of course aging. That's just physical fact. However, she's youthful.
Thank you. Okay, so yes, that is what I did was, go
Big
in
things.
and try to pick up conversations and hear, but also she's drinking.
Two things.
I'm
As a
following.
dragonborn, you kind of stand out. You kind of have to be more than subtle about this, or we could play it either. Let's see what happens. Let's roll me a stealth.
I'm going to
I'm not-
follow her into it because this is the area of expertise I have going into the bars, and
Falls over herself. I mean, it's not a one, but she kind of, makes a lot of noise as she's walking in, trying to
It's-
be so
I mean,
tactful.
you're a stranger here, and you're dragonborn, and I mean, you kind of stand out because of that. And you go to the corner, you like continue on and go to the corner where you could get your things and look around.
No, I'm gonna, I think, yes, Architect of Tears, exactly. I like that, yes. But yeah,
When somebody
she's
like takes a
so,
look at you, huh?
yeah, and she's so confident in her ability to not stand out that she goes, sits down, orders a beer, and just stares, looks around, sees Rak,
Rack.
nods at him, drinks her beer, and is trying to be very nonchalant about being there.
Rack, what about you? I'll let you roll perception and tell you in a few minutes. I want to see what Rack wants you to do though.
Joins her in the taverns, and seeing that she just is observing and doing that, like, well, I might as well make a party out of this. Grabbing out, walking to the local bard, picking up his lyre, like grabbing it from his hand, lifting a leg on a bench, leaning forward and going, "Let me tell you a story." Ring.
Wow. Roll me a performance check with advantage because that's badass.
That's you, Rak.
Fuck.
There once was upon a time a dragon
Damn.
lady made of fire.
Oh my.
Nice.
Wait a minute.
I was sure
That's
you were going to say a
me.
dragon lady made of wine.
That's
And-
me.
And basically, like, she drove from skies and breath of fire, came like a thunder on their ire. I'm not as good as performer as Rak is.
We'll put it in editing. Don't worry about it. It's fantastic. These are good ideas.
We'll just lip sync it. Okay.
We'll give you a writing credit for that. Damn it. We're gonna have to give him a writing credit for that.
We'll just use auto tune for it in the post.
We make you sound good. It's a fantastic scene. The camera shifts subtly. It's like zooms in, lights, magic. It's amplified. It does that little thing where it swirls around you. You've got the attention of everybody. As at first, you open the door, everybody became quiet and just watching you, Scar, do the thing. And then you're looking, and everybody's just like still looking at you quietly. And then Rak gets up, walks up to the bar, and just start making all the noise. Everybody just starts going wild. They're grooving. It's happening. Scar, roll me a perception check.
Does she get an advantage for my excellent?
Yeah.
performance?
Let's do it.
Everyone is distracted.
And she crits.
I got a 20. Wait a minute. Isn't that, wait, that's twice.
Ah.
Lucky for you, lucky for me, I don't have another Pepsi challenge today.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that is so funny, though. I love that compilation. I really do. I'm sorry. I do.
Well, we'll definitely have to put that up. All right. You have now you're with this, and the people are like into it. You're able to like move back into a little bit of a corner and into the shadows, and you're now forgotten about. Even though the song is about you, and you get a couple of glances, and they're like, "Okay, cool," and a couple they start like nodding at you. Yeah. But they start like they're really paying attention to Rak, and the bard.
This is some bullshit. That's my instrument.
And Grace sits down at the thing and like gets a drink, and it's just like, all right, grudging respect, but still, this is some bullshit. In the meantime,
Wooster, by the way, you were the perfect distraction.
Of course I was. That was the whole point.
while this is happening, you're looking. Is there a very specific thing, or do you want to just get a feel for stuff?
Oh, that wasn't supposed to happen. Ah, okay.
Specific.
Horn? What on earth is horn?
Specific. I'm actually looking for key words that are said to make me hone in on the conversation.
Okay.
Like tunnels, the stuff that's being mined.
Iridium.
You know
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean?
Yeah. Okay. Um. So, like, oh man, that guy. You'll hear stuff like this. Oh, that guy's good. I wonder if they're one of the new heroes. Yeah, I heard they're gonna. I heard they're gonna protect us from. Take back the mine. That's what stuff like that. Like, oh yeah, he's pretty strong. He could sing too. You think he's a bard? Nah, I'm pretty sure he's a fighter. Nah. and they're having like these little conversations back and forth. That's about it. Meanwhile, as the music continues, the camera shifts his attention back to Rak as he's going and still playing, and then quickly shifts and scenes to show what Narissa and Armolad might be up to. What are you guys doing?
I'm actually gonna go down to the Hearth of the Everlight.
Hearth of the Everlight, number 12. Okay. It's a church. It's a section of the neighborhood. You're going through the neighborhood. It's early times. You see tons of people. They're going up to very brightly lit. It's all in whites and golds and wood. White wood painted in whites and golds. This beautiful church that points up to the top, and at the top it does like this little star effect, like a multi-pointed star effect. And as you're looking up at it, you hear a voice from off screen. Are you searching for the light, my child?
I'm searching for
Camera-
something.
The camera shifts to show a elderly lady robed in white with gold filigree, grayish hair, kind face, very priestly looking. You're searching for something. Everybody's
Yes.
searching. What do you seek, my child?
I'm basically searching for the missing.
Hmm. I'm trying to figure out how to respond to this.
A riddle for a riddle, you know?
Yeah. You will find. There's many. Boy. If it's answers if answers that you seek are in the no. What is preventing you from finding these lost? Is it assistance? Is it a lighting guide? I see much darkness in you, child. Surrounded by it.
Yes, there is darkness, but there's always a light.
The Everlight is always with you. It is there as the thing that pierces that darkness. At your worst moments, when nothing but blackness and darkness surrounds you, and there's no hope. Inside of us, the Everlight can shine the guiding light that breaks that darkness and shows a path out. Are you a believer in gods?
I believe that there is something there.
Would you like to come inside and speak some more to the
Sure.
place of light? She
At
guides you
least
in.
I won't burn down, I know.
And there's a hearth, or there's not a hearth. There's a threshold area. The doors are wide open. Inside, you could see, as you're about to enter, and the camera's tracking, and there's rows and pews for you to see. Inside is brightly lit. Almost painted all in whites and golds. The whole purpose is to reflect light. There's even glass mirrors and tons of moonstones brightly lighting up the area. And the camera cuts to your feet as they hesitate for a second. I'm assuming you're wearing almost all black, right?
I am in all black, yeah.
Which is a very stark contrast to this threshold, and it lingers momentarily before you step forward and continue inward. And maybe we'll cut there for a second, see what
Yeah.
else is going on. Armolad, you're muted right now, buddy.
Yes, I'm muted again. Yes, I know. I'm heading to, what was it called again? The Sun Tree, yes.
Absolutely. The neighborhood is there's, as you're walking here, all the people is really well dressed, brightly lit. The neighborhood getting closer and closer to the Dawnfather Square where the massive tree is at. I mean, you're already in its shade. You're just passing through, getting to it, and it takes multiple blocks. And as you get closer and closer, the houses are more fancy, rich area until a section where it's just a square with multiple shops, brightly lit shops, and dominating this is a massive tree trunk that blocks almost everything. And looking up to it, you could put an entire city up in its branches. It's very warm, and the sunlight still falls here nicely, like in one of those things, like breaks through the clouds and illuminates the entire city. But you can see that its main focus is this, and there's trees. Want to throw me a perception or sense check to see if there's anything interest that you want to check. All right. You're like looking around and you're in awe of this, being distracted by the beauty of nature. There's birds in the branches filtering, they're chirping in the background. It's a sense of peace that you as a monk can sometimes sense, like it's both walking into a sanctuary, not so much a church. This is more feels like peace, sanctuary, safe, warm, like a mother's embrace with a soft, warm sun on your skin.
How, like, are there people, like, up at the trunk, or is everybody maintaining a distance out of reverence?
Um,
Or, like, do people do pilgrimages to, ooh, touch the tree?
Not so much, but there's children like running still, like as you're still looking, they now around the corner, and they're like they're running, chasing each other around it, and occasionally like having to stumble over these giant
Roots, yeah.
root systems. And there's a group of 4 or 5 playing some sort of like catch me if you can, and then one of them stumbles on it, gets tagged, and is like, aha, you're it. And then it's like, I'm it now, I'm the and they start running the opposite way again, as they run out of screen.
Okay, so it's not illegal to touch the tree. Good to know. I will go up to the tree. Find a place where there are a couple of roots coming out,
Uh-huh.
and sort of crouch down, like kneeling, with my hands on the 2 roots, and start to meditate.
And there's a little soft hum, and the music shifts into a nice little yoga like thing as you just close your eyes and you're touching it, and you feel it, and it's warm and just comfortable, and it's just peace. And the surround sound takes into effect and does this nice little thing with birds and kids, and then this, it like goes dark, and so that it's only the sound, and then the sound subtly disappears, and the music changes back to Rak, who's there playing and finishing up.
That's definitely
Did
a
you
change
wanna-
in the music.
There's this pattern of clapping in there as everybody's like very like, yeah, woo.
Toss the loot back to the pod. Thanks.
Fuck you.
Only
and
if
he
you buy
starts
me
play-
dinner first.
and he's like, he says, I have to follow that. And he plays good, but everybody's like, all right, I'm back into business, and it goes more into background music as he clearly is like, I'm not gonna compete.
Okay,
Um,
I'm tired.
Scar and Rack. Anything you want to do at the moment?
Rak goes to sit next to Scar, like, so, you hear nothing?
Nothing. Didn't hear a damn thing other than the fact that they think we're the heroes.
Oh, yeah.
In my day, on the battlefield,
Skip.
but no, it's like, do they have another tavern in this place, in this town?
Well,
So she
probably
pulls out.
last I checked, it was like 17.
Okay, let's go to the next one.
Yeah, I recommend this place. Like, I think it was the Gilded Boar or something.
Oh, actually,
Yes, pub crawl.
no. You find something that's called Frog's Barrel.
Oh yeah, it got.
Oh, yes. Let's go there.
Okay,
You-
sure.
Here, as you enter in, like this place is a lot. Whereas where you were at before was nice and family. This atmosphere is a lot more rowdy. There's giant mugs. There's
No,
has
that's a
a-
place.
it has a
Yes.
sort of touristy trap feel to it as well. And everything looks a little bit like overpriced. And when you come in, like the little roundiness immediately stops, screech, like a record stop, and then yeah, and then you come like, yeah, this is our place as you go in.
Yeah.
And
This is where I want to be.
Yeah.
somebody instantly hands you a mug frothing with beer already, and it's huge. It's made out of wood in the shape of like a barrel, miniature barrel with a metal hand, very nicely crafted. And
Oh,
both of you
yeah.
like come in.
Oh yeah. And then I do basically the
Go on.
same thing, or try to do the same thing of
What can Let's do it again. Both of you. Let's do it again. Roll with advantage as you're hearing up and or persuasion to even talk to the people. Which would you prefer? Do you want to like listen or do you want to actually talk?
I want to listen because my persuasion is.
All right.
So I'm gonna do perception. Not very perceptive. I think that beer is starting to get to me.
Well, Rak, why don't you roll me just say persuasion because people are being very friendly and just to see. if you
Ah,
can,
no,
like-
no, 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 no. Don't get me involved with that bullshit. I'm
All
gonna,
right.
I'm gonna twist it out of their arms. I'm gonna go arm wrestling with somebody.
Absolutely. Um,
Nice.
you because of your previous stuff, you had heard like people talking about the mine, and you could see a couple really beefy dudes that are pissed because they don't have access to the mine, and they're like wrestling like, I got better things. Like, what are we gonna do then, huh? We need people to let us back in, and then that's when in frame Rak comes in. As and right after like slam, the dude gets slammed, and he lets go, and then like, all right, who's next?
Rak just pushes off the loser there and slams down and goes like, let's go.
First he puts down his like, all right, he puts down his like he scoops up like the five gold that was there on the gold that was there. So now he puts down his 5 gold on the table. It's 5 to even try it. You even got any
Six.
money?
Fine. Puts down a platinum.
In front of you. Oh, the crowd goes silent, like whoa. And this is a big guy, big burly miner. He's competing with a lot of dwarves in the area, like normal dwarves, not the Duergar. And he's a big burly man, and all of a sudden the crowd goes, ooh, wow. He's like, he pulls out another 5 to match in. All right. Let's see what you got. Testosterone laden, like doing the thing. Do you want to say anything or roll? Do you want to say anything? Because in a few minutes I'm gonna have you roll for your what's it? Not the strength. It's gotta be
Athletics?
pure.
It's got to be strength.
It's gotta be pure strength.
Yeah.
Okay, pure strength. That works. That works. Pure strength versus pure strength. So,
Yeah.
Rak is going to be like crunch. Let's see how this goes.
It's gonna be like kind of best out of 3-ish because we're gonna be like dramatically moving back and forth and back and forth.
Ooh. It's like.
He does that thing where it almost gets it to the very end. He's like, come on, just let go already. I could smell it. I really need that money. But you start to lift up again, and like it's almost like you're almost kind of start playing, and you start moving towards a little bit like fighting back and forth. Let's see if
I can smell the desperation in you.
finish you off.
Oof.
Oh no.
You can roll less than 6. No, you can't.
Yeah.
And with that, it knocks it down. Collects the 11 coins, 1 platinum and 10 gold, and
Rak picks up 2 platinum coins, puts them down. Double or nothing.
so right when his hands are about to like, I can always use some more, and he pushes it forward. Yeah, give you another shot. Lucky for me, how about this though? Let's raise the stakes just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
How about we go Left hand.
I'm not left-handed either. No. I'm not right-handed either.
All right. Sure.
Camera cuts to one more time. Meanwhile, what's up next? Or we could continue with this. This is kind of going fun, and I want to see where this goes.
Why don't you just work on that right now?
All right.
Jack's
Yeah,
stealing
it's
the
like
show
watching
today.
somebody in a temple, so
I'm
you're good.
I'm standing there watching this, and I'm laughing. I'm laughing.
That's why
You
you're not
wanna-
paying
you wanna
attention
put
to
some bets
anything.
on
You're
this?
just focusing on this.
People this little era, they're passing bets back and forth now, like and when you lost, there was like a big old like boo and point within everybody like exchange, and then when he said double or nothing, everybody like ooh, and immediately people were like making bets amongst themselves as well. Scar, do you want to bet? You want to put some money on this?
Yeah, I'm gonna bet that Rak wins this time. I'm gonna put a gold down.
All
You better
right,
do good, Rak. I'm betting on you.
just one gold.
Yeah.
You're
right.
betting low. You're betting low.
No fake.
Looking for you now. The odds are 5-1. So, and they're like people are like, "I'll give you 8-1, no 5," and then they're struggling over odds. So, one gold, 5 right now. It's 1 gold for 5-1 odds. All right, so
Yeah, no, he can't cheat.
here we go again. Left hand claps. The crowd goes wild as this time I only roll a 4. And
When
it's
you roll a strength save,
almost like
but okay.
before, like it catches it by surprise, and now the muscles bulge, and everybody's like, and the camera cuts to like it's like, oh, it's almost touching. Oh, you're so close. One more time.
This time, I'm going to take 1 point of damage because Rak bites his tongue and gets an advantage on a strength roll.
Fuck yeah! You want to do this with advantage because now you're fucking kind of half raging.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah! Muscles bulge, little blood goes down your thing, and you go. "Argh." And next roll, you're gonna need it because he's going strong here.
23.
He does this thing where he leverages, and then you knock him down to the ground. The coins fly up into the air for a split second, and then scatter back onto the ground, and everybody's like, "Oh, ooh!"
By the way, you rolled a strength save where you get +6 as opposed to a strength check where
Sorry.
you get +3. So those numbers should all be 3 less, but
Yeah,
it
that-
doesn't matter. You still
It's
win.
fine. It's
That's a good
Perfect.
point. Thank you. I didn't notice that, but I still win. I almost cheated.
oh my goodness, absolutely fantastic. Oh, left arm. Oh fuck, damn.
Scoop the coins back. That's how we think goes of profit, but hey. Profit is
Okay.
profit.
I get 5 gold. Thank
You
you,
get-
Rak.
Yeah. So, you kind of with that, he made dang string. That's pretty good. Name's Paw. Who are you?
Rak Kikoira.
Are you one of the guys here that kind of take back our mine?
No. Does it pay well? Oi, fuck him. Tossing the platinum coin. Get the guys around.
Woo! Everybody cheers. The place is starting to go nuts and wild. Like everybody's like, "Oh yeah!" And the barkeep catches it with one hand. I said, rounds for everybody. Woo!
So, tell me about the mines, Pa.
Well, you're going in there. Big. A lot of sections are emptied out. We were going into I'm in how can I put this? Site number 16? No, cave number 16. Working that mine when Wisteran's man came in. Scary sight.
How so?
First, the assassins came in out. We heard the little siren attack, little things that we do just in case they're cave-ins, etc. Me and a few of the others managed to get out of there alive, but a swarm of them came. A small groups. They kind of come and attack in small. No. How can I put this? Guerrilla style warfare.
Tactics.
Yeah. Hidden strike. They have I saw shadows. Shadowed figures with blades take out a lot of men while trying to get through, our guards. The miners, we just ran. The guards there, they took them down like nothing.
That sounds
And then
that sounds like the Dark Elves of the Underground.
and they have guns and they're good shots. But nothing against the thunderous things that they were using. Spells or weaponry I've never seen before. Anyways, that's deep in. This was maybe a couple weeks ago. Since then, we've been a couple months ago. The last couple of weeks, we've tried to send the guard to go in and clear it out, and no. Let me tell you, I've been working the mine there for almost all my life. It's deep and dark and hard to get in there. There's places and traps and weird magic. Magic there does weird shit. But we have to be very careful to use only things that won't set up technology, something that won't set off accidental magical enhancements, If you're going to go in there and explore, I recommend taking as least magical items or resources as needed. They might react in strange ways. Moonstones are going to be your best friend. Tell me, what's your group called and what are you good at?
I have a question.
Shoot.
What he just described in all of my years
Warfare?
being a soldier,
Uh-huh.
have I ever come across this type of what he described?
Roll me a history check with advantage. Double 17s. Yes. So, as he was saying these things, because it's underground, you know about close quarter combat, especially in caves and things like that. Being like, it's been many times where you have to go into dungeons and clear shit out and weird, strange monsters, and also have fought battles on the outside. It's a different style of combat. What they're describing, you've come across as a couple of times the a sort of undercommon, the underfolk, people that live in caverns like Duergar, darker skinned, and the shoot, Dark Elves. I lost my brain again.
Drow.
Drow. Sorry. Drow. Duergar and Drow. There we go. I got to remember the D&D.
Well, actually, remember this. It's word backwards.
Yeah, that'll help me.
Because you can't remember the word. The word is drow.
They like to do a lot of guerrilla style tactics and close quarter combat. Get up close sneakily, and then only use the long range weapons as necessary. So 2 fronts, and this allows for easy ways of escaping and retreating, which is what they've been very good at. This is why the other guy was good at as well. However, the introduction of what they're describing as firearms is completely new and unique. That is an element, and the fact that they're so well coordinated using that as a group, that's a dangerous combination.
That's new. They're getting trained. They're getting trained.
They're called the Goon Squad.
Fantastic. All right. First off, Narissa, Armolad, do you want to work your way back here, or are you just still being in the background, or you want to continue a little?
I'm at the Everlight where there are moon crystals.
The ones here are the big ones. They're like about this big. And if you can imagine, let's start off there as with We Are the Goon Squad. Smash cut to Narissa inspecting a moon, the moon crystal. It looks like a quartz crystal, except big, about this size, and it's glowing a nice, warm, kind of yellowish, bright light. The lady is explaining. With these are the sunlight. Oh no, the moonlight. Not Arudis. There's 2 moons. There's the big, bright white one, and then there's like a small little red one that shows up. Arudis. They recharge. They recharge these crystals at night, and they provide energy, magic, as well as light heretofore. If you charge them overnight, the light that they provide will last for about a week or so. And we enhance these here with, and you can see like a little tiny crystal of iridium is lodged into like almost like little specks on it. With these here will last about a year without needing a charge.
Yay! Duracell batteries.
So they're just too lazy to take them out each night, so they just leave them.
So they're in a kind of enclosed in a nice little ornate thing. This a golden ornate brass. No, it's made out of brass. No, it is gold. It's made out of gold enclosure. This is Arya. This is Arya telling you that, giving you a brief history, the founders here, and Percival de Rolo helped fund this, and as well came up with a lot of the things here, and you could tell that this is one of his little miniature inventions or little scones that has it. This is all thanks to him and Pike Trickfoot, who had a huge influence and donated a lot of our church. And you can see now there's relics here from what looks to be like an armor set for a small halfling set up in the wall, and a very showing it off as a relic, as a centerpiece here, as well as other things. Everything's really brightly lit. You've been talking, she's been asking you questions. Is there something in specific that I can help guide you at the moment?
I just came here to figure out about the missing people.
The Taken. Some of the souls have left on their own. Not many from here in this area. I'm assuming you mean... We're assuming you're talking about the people that have gone for work with Rusterion?
Yes. Maybe.
You'll have to be... Well, then what are you talking about with the missing people?
There have been people taken off the roads from between here and the main capital of Iman.
As in abducted? Not so much. No. Caravans have been hit, and people have disappeared because of that. We've not so much disappeared as found dead or assumed dead. I think you might have the misunderstanding that Woosterion is abducting people. People are volunteering to go to him. He doesn't need to abduct people. He's... you would have this in your pamphlet of stuff. When I say missing people, it's because there's been they've been trying to track, the families have reported people missing, and we're assuming that that he's attracting them somehow.
The way I was taking it as reported missing, basically people would sometimes say they were abducted, and that, but churches would know bits and pieces because families would go there and talk to the priests.
This is the conversation that we're having
Yeah.
we're passing along.
Yeah.
Not too many families from Whitestone have left. A lot of we've lost quite a number of our dwarven brothers that have probably been seduced. A lot of the mine workers all disappeared deep into the mines. Their souls need to find, the light needs to find them again. This great evil that's been down on us again is just echoes of past traumas. When there's power to be had, there's always a fight over it. There's never peace. We must strive to use this power for good, for the power of light, so to speak. Sometimes sadness, bitterness, failure is too much for people. I see it. I try to give them a hope. But sometimes it's not enough, and they choose the dark. Do you choose the dark?
I choose whatever is easiest.
The path of least resistance. Like water, flowing and finding its way. You will find that like water, it finds its way down a path from the high mountaintops down to the lands below. It's not the water that chooses. The water just reacts to everything around it. the curvature of the land, shrinking away. If you just choose the path of least resistance, you're like a twig being carried down the stream with no control of where you want to go to. That's the easy path. The light requires strength to yield. And it requires strength to hold that power. Something to think about.
Yeah, something is to think about. And after that, Narissa just walks out the door.
All right. So,
Wow.
Armolad is just still there, just meditating.
Am I getting any sense of anything from the tree?
Let's roll me a nature check with advantage.
Oh, another thing I'm no good at now.
I gave you advantage on it. 14 is not bad. It's actually quite good.
It's not like you're a
With the
druid.
sense of peace, you're more attuned to everything, and you're feeling the warmth. And you're almost in that half meditative state of half dream, half feeling, but you're aware of everything through this just a sound. And you're not letting so much bother it, but you're letting your mind wander in its meditative state wherever it goes. And you're using the tree and nature itself to guide you when you feel a shadow overcast, and you can almost sense it. And the camera shows it as well, where the shadow just passes over, causing you, like, this entire time, the sun tree has been casting the light, breaking the clouds up. But it's for a brief moment it comes in and interrupts and seems to be fighting to close that gap. And you could feel that quick difference between the cold of winter and shadow, and then the warmth of the sun. And then just as quickly it retracts and the cloud gets pushed away and you're no longer in shadow and you feel the warmth again. You feel that metaphor of the darkness is coming to smother the warmth.
Lisa B and Big Sheet. Oh, sorry, that was my worst Jar Jar Binks impersonation ever.
And with that, your eyes open up, and it's no longer midday. It's whenever, I don't know. It's a different time of day. It's many hours have passed, or not at all. That's how meditation works. But let's move on to something else. As you meet up again one more time, do you want to meet everybody come back to it at one central spot, maybe at the castle or anywhere else? Any other business to take care of?
So I put the trance thing in there just for you, in case it was 4 hours.
Oh, there we go. 4 hours. Perfect. So at this time, the night sky is starting to go grayish then. It's like how we have in the background for all of you. For you guys in your guys' background, where the sun is starting to set. You're back having an extravagant meal. With the Rolo family.
Not in the kitchen this time.
No. This is
Why not? Oh my! You guys can. I'll go eat with the family.
No, I'll eat with the family.
the royal family dinner table is something to behold. The experience is amazing. There's just butlers in attendance there waiting to hold, with a nice little towel thing, etc. It's a motif of golds and blues. At the head of it is Vexalia with all of her family that you're As the camera passes over, they're being introduced. Vesper Elena the Rolo, eldest, who will be taking over next in line. Wolf Christoph, her and her husband, and she's got Rolando, which is a human, a human, an older looking. Nah, it's a half elven as well. Anyways, next up, Wolf Christoph and Leona Pike de Rolo, the twins. They're the next youngest. Baxil Dan Frederick de Rolo, named after Baxil Dan, my brother. And she's explained that this is she's explained her brother. Gwendolyn Zara Melanie von Musel de Rolo. This girl is very interesting. She's a tiefling as well. So she's a tiefling. And where everybody here is like the product of a half elf and a human, so they're half elves, and their mates with their mates. Here we have an actual tiefling, the youngest of them as well. She speaks up. I'm a result of Percival's deal with the devil. For something. It's a long story. Something to do with saving the world, as usual. He had to make some deal, and well, I'm the result of that.
Okay.
I think
That would be a really interesting story to hear.
Where's
But,
your brother?
But
Where's your brother? I say to
Vexalia,
Visalia. Yeah.
Vaxodan. Hang on 1 second here. Just 1 second.
Wiki for the win.
Just to get something, a little bit like that, yeah. Oh boy, this is terrible. This is absolutely terrible. I'm taking forever here.
When you're not expecting your party to ask you questions.
It's supposed to be the Quad Squad, not Detective Columbo.
Just one more question.
Oh yeah, yes.
Here we go.
More question.
Just
I
one
love
more.
Columbo. I just love Columbo. Just saying. I actually have his full collection.
Oh,
Me
is that
too.
right?
Me too.
Yep.
My brother Voxeldan. He is now with the Raven Queen. He's a champion of the Raven Queen. Which means both that he is alive in another realm, or his soul is at least. He was a worthy sacrifice that was needed against Vecna himself. I miss him dearly.
Wait a minute. He was a sacrifice to Vecna himself, and the guy Wisteria has the hand of Vecna.
Yeah. He sacrificed himself in order to stop Vecna. I mean, it's a tale too long to tell. You've probably heard of it in all of the different legends and told one way or another. But he is now a champion of the Raven Queen, which means he helps guide lost souls to the next adventure in the great beyond. I fear I'll be meeting up with him soon as well. I hear him whispering in my ear nightly. And with that, you could hear like a sad, and her daughter, the eldest daughter, like reaches over to her mother, like, "No, mother, you could be with us here forever. You got a long way to go. You have a long way to go still." You get There's a sense of tiredness, lots of grief on her face, but happiness as well. That again, I'll be reunited soon. Anyways, dinner's being served. She like quickly just as wants to distract it and puts over the dinner table as well. And now everybody's having a good little dinner is being served. Amazing, amazing food. Some sort it's long roasted beefs with tons of fragrant spiced potatoes, different tons of meats, roasted, boiled, extravaganza meal. And besides the immediate family, there's the family of Cassandra the Rolo. Cassandra was the sister of Percival, and her family, her grandchildren
Descendants?
at this point, her
Descendants,
grandchildren,
yeah.
multiple grandchildren, because she's just a human grandchildren are surrounding the table. Even though we're part of the family, we're one of 5 and a very influential part of the council of Whitestone. So the bylaws that we created needs at least the eldest representative of the family, in which case it is I, Vexalia. Anyways, enjoy the dinner. And as you're talking back and forth, like you can have there's little conversations going up around with the family, and the kids are like they're asking you some questions like, "Oh, you ever killed anybody? Oh, what was the last adventure you did?"
Oh, let me tell you.
Oh no, don't get her
my
started.
The kids, I mean, you're first off, they're you and Dar? You and Dar are there talking, and he like rolls his eyes, but they're fascinated by your um uh dragonborn skin and tails, and you go at it, and for sure there's tons of kids in the younger folk like hearing stories, and they've heard all of the stories from their family because they have tons of stories, but now they've got new stories. You're being very entertaining. Anybody else? Armolad, Rak, just having dinners.
I accidentally clicked pass without a trace twice, so maybe I'm trying to get somewhere. No, no, I just listening to the conversations, trying to get a feel for what's really going on.
Roll me a what as a group, roll me a group persuasion check, which is just there to talk back and forth, having light dinner conversation, trying to both extract information and different people asking you dumb, questions as they would as adventurers. So I hear that you're the new shits around here. Or the goon squad. So what exactly does that mean?
Let me tell you
Should have done
about
insight instead.
heroics.
I noticed that I didn't change my name. That's okay. It's normal.
That's fine.
I got a 17 or an 11, depending on.
The group checks roll to the top. So in this conversations back and forth, this outside force Wooster, they know he's building an army, and we think he's taking over the mines. We don't know what his final plan is. We don't know who his allies are yet. I think your next probably next mission will have to be on the road or trying to get to the mines. They haven't advanced yet here, but it's only a matter of time before they get here. So far, we've been able to hold off any sort of assault, and there hasn't been many. But it's just a matter of time, and we need you to be that extra muscle.
Have there been any attempts to like infiltrate the city with his spies?
Yes. Although there is not a lot of Duergar or Drow naturally in the city, but we keep an eye out. We're more worried about there's a big human population here. We've stopped a few, but there could always be more. We don't have a good spy network anymore. Besides what us there kind of Pansophical have. Percy did not believe in that whole ruling with tyranny just because we had force and might. And as such, we've granted many liberties of privacy to the people. Our internal spy forces are not very good, I must admit.
Have you gotten any spies planted within Woosterian's organization?
No. Roll me a
insight check.
Insight check.
Yes, we are inside.
She says that with a nice straight, unfortunately not. So, next questions? Anything else? I think at some point you'll have to venture out on. I'll give you some supplies, guidance as needed. Do you think you might be able to root out some possible spies? Do you have a plan of action yet, or are you still in the investigatory phase?
As far as I know, we were sent here to be of service to you, but we could. We didn't like. I communed with the tree, and it didn't seem to warn me of any spies that way. And using the Wookiee rule, our strong fighting types did not hear of anything in the pubs and bars around town, and that wasn't what Narissa was looking for anyway. So no, we haven't found anything within the city.
Well, I wonder. That's good to hear. That is good to hear as well. Well then, why don't we rest up, start again fresh from tomorrow. Finish up, we'll finish up the meals unless there's anything else to go through. You'll have full access to everything. Spend as much time as you need here. Tomorrow we'll start again and we'll do some more investigations and talk again as we have another plan. I have to report in with the other members of Arcana Pansophica, so I'll have some more details.
Give our best to Allura.
By the way, at any point, just for
And Captain Pie.
you had gotten some strange weaponry as loot from the last time? Did you want to turn it in, go over it, things like that. Last week you fought
Ah, yeah.
against
They
the
got
AR
weird
plus
guns.
ones, as
Yes.
well as some weird, like the old timey pistols with runes on them, perversions of like the things that Percival had created originally.
Well, the best I can do with these is throw them.
You know, there's triggers on
Um,
them, right?
So they blow up
Um,
when I throw them?
Lady Vexalia,
Mm-hmm.
do you have any journals from your brother of when he was alive?
I
Oh
doubt he wrote them when he was dead.
no, sorry, I don't. Why do
Okay.
you ask?
Um,
Most of his property and most of his belongings are kept with the. There is a kind of a memorial area for him. She mentions the Snowdrop Memorial Trail, which at the end of it is where there's a there is a shrine temple-ish thing to the um Raven Lady of Ravens, or the Shadow, the Lady of Ravens.
okay.
The champion of, to the Raven Queen. So there might be, all of his belongings are there.
Okay.
Why do you ask?
I went to Everbright and I felt like they were recruiting me, so I was thinking maybe going to where your brother
Yes,
is,
that's
brother.
where you would find that. That is exactly where you would find that as a next area to go to. And if you want, with the scene can change slightly, as unless and there's anything else that anybody wants to do. Scene with mention of that, the scene changes slightly as she's talking about it. It shows a kind of close to the cemetery, but overlooking it is this nice shrine church area, a little building that's the doors are closed, but there's a glass, what is that thing where it's colored painted glass type style. Anyways,
Stained-
Stained glass.
stained glass on the door that's showing through, and you can clearly see that there's lights and flickering from inside. As and now it's dark time now. It's close to midnight, so we're just showing the outside of it as moonlight is hitting in its nature, and it's peaceful, and the music is just nice and chill and somber. And then from the shadows, Narissa steps forward and starts walking down the path towards it. And with that, we'll close this session, except for except for
Except for
there when and the music is nice, little starting to be nice, little bit somber and graveyardy, and the scene shifts, and it's like that humming monk sound that we were listening to diegenic is now diegenic, as now we're showing a bunch of ladies, women, all in black, or sitting around that witch woman with the black veil, holding the book and mumbling something. La duna sumte ata wuja lusta undasla. He takes his knife and takes his knife blade and starts carving into a little runic thing, and blood starts dripping down her arm. And it drips and drips into what looks like into this bowl, and it has these. It's a stone bowl, but as it touches, the blood starts moving up into like this runic carving area, and the music sounds sinister. And then the bowl starts shaking, and then darkness as the episode ends on a cliffhanger.
Oh, Oh boy.
So that was the mid-credits scene?
Yeah, you woke up. Yeah, it's exactly it. That's exactly it. The mid-credit scene, which I haven't been doing, but I think I can like that.
Yeah. Shit's about to go down. Oh
Uh-huh.
That was a bold decision of you,
yeah.
That was
but a
horrible.
bloody good one.
Well,
Alright.
I hope you guys enjoyed this session.
I had fun.
And now Carlos knows what Narissa was trying to do.
I'm trying to guide you. Yeah. I mean, a couple of choices here.
I don't think anybody did anybody else catch on to what Narissa was actually trying to do.
She was trying to do something.
Yeah, Narissa was trying to do something.
Oh.
Why don't you tell our audience a bit more?
Because Narissa is a phantom rogue, Vexalia's brother's a phantom rogue. So of course she's going to go more towards kindred. So she was literally trying to find her way towards him. Literally, Everbright being there was like, okay, I'll go there. Stepping into that church was like, okay, this is a no. I'm hoping and praying I'm not going to burn up, but she tried.
Did you like a little conversations inside?
Yeah, it was basically the conversation with the water. The water conversation was to show that the way that they were talking to each other was how they perceived water, basically. She perceived
your path and of fate.
yeah.
Trying to tell
So
you that you need to make choices and not take the hard road. The easy road only leads to passivity and letting others choose your fate for you.
and the way Narissa was seeing water as is water does have to make choices at certain points, and it will be as deep or shallow depending on how it chooses. So it was basically they were seeing it in two different ways and they weren't lining. So the way Narissa was seeing it and the way the priestess was seeing it didn't line up. That's why Narissa left.
Nice.
So it was basically the way that they were seeing the water was a different topic. So it was like, okay, I'm leaving before this escalates.
Nice. Nice.
Nice. I mean, I like it. I liked how it went. It was flowy.
I had nothing planned.
No, and the thing is, the water concept, like if you go anywhere, like if you're talking religion to somebody and you bring up water, everyone's going to have a different topic of water.
A different
Right.
idea of it.
Yeah. So if their idea of water does not line up with yours, it's never going to.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So that
I
was my way
wanted-
of trying to help you, Carlos.
Yeah. Fantastic. No, I'm excited. I'm excited for a conversation with at the Raven Queen shrine. Very excited where this is going. Okay. And you guys got to find out some more about the, Woosterian planish, kind of. Or at least the audience did.
We didn't.
As Wooster like moves his eyebrows. Like, I know what's going on, you know.
The thing is, because
It is technically my character still.
yeah.
Yeah.
It is your character still. I'm surprised my character has not come into this picture either. She kind of had to go with you. She had no choice.
I'm saving up for some nice surprise bits.
That's definitely going to be interesting.
Wonder if I should. Nah, we'll see. Anyways, I had fun.
I had fun.
And good post banter mode. If you guys will give me a second, I did a lot of talking and drinking, so I need like a minute or two.
I actually have to leave at 6 o'clock. So,
Oh, so 3 minutes from now, then, huh?
well, I can go another couple of minutes after that, but I'm meeting up with a friend of ours for
You suck.
dinner.
You suck. You suck. You suck. You suck. She doesn't
You
even
want
have
me
to
to
say
say-
the name.
Do you want me to say hello to him?
Yes.
Do you want me to send you a picture?
Yes, please.
I will.
Thank you. Don't ask. She doesn't even have to say the name, and I already know.
Yeah, look at the look on Wooster's face.
Yeah, like
His
I'm
eyes
just
are
getting
closed.
too old for this bullshit.
No, it's not bullshit. It's a friend of
Mhm.
ours. But I'm always the one that ends up having dinner with him. And when was the last time that you saw him?
last time I saw him was about 6 months ago.
I think I have dinner with him maybe once a month, once every other month type.
Yeah, you see him more often than I do.
Yeah. So I enjoy myself. So I get to meet up.
Well, I
Yeah,
do
Froggy's
be.
asking about same time next week.
Oh yeah,
and
daylight
I
savings.
answered
Yeah.
within an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Daylight saving times being what they are, you're going to be moving an hour ahead, some of you.
Ahead. Yes. An hour ahead.
And this
All
might
of
be
us.
our well, it might be the last time for the States.
We'll see. We'll
Yeah,
see.
they've been saying, oh yeah, let's get rid of daylight
I've heard
savings
that
time for about
Let's see.
30
being brought
years
up to
now.
date for the 10th time.
The EU decided to get rid of daylight saving times. The governments didn't.
No. I said it might be in the States because it's already moved from one. It's already moved past one part of our government. They just have to get past the second part of the government.
Yeah. That's what
We'll
I'm
see.
saying. EU did the same thing. The European Union decided that we should be getting rid of it, but it's up to the individual governments when and how. And the individual
Well-
governments are like, fuck it.
I have a question about that. So for me, normally we start at noon for
Mhm.
me.
Yeah.
Next week, when do
1
I-
o'clock.
What?
1 o'clock.
No, the other
'Cause-
way around.
Okay,
Spring
11.
forward. No,
Yeah,
spring forward.
we
We
spring
go
forward,
one-
so if we're still at the same time for Wooster, then it would be 11 a.m. for him. Because
Yeah.
we spring it
So
an
you
hour
would-
forward.
you would
We got
be-
there an hour earlier.
Yeah, you.
Oh, so we would have to do it at 1:30
Huh?
instead of 2:30.
11:30.
You mean 2
10
instead of 3, but yeah.
What?
No, what I'm saying is when we meet up in Zoom, it's
Ah.
We'll
at
meet at 10:30.
2:30.
10:30 a.m.
10:30 Pacific style.
Oh, but yeah, you're
No,
right. because you're
11:30.
3 hours ahead of me.
No,
my bad.
10:30, yeah,
You're 3 hours ahead
10:30.
of me. You're right. Correct. I'm sorry.
So
Yeah,
it would be
10:30.
1:30 our time on
About.
the
Is
East
that
Coast.
too early for you? Is that too early for you?
No, you're the one, on the West Coast that it would be. We're asking, are you going to be able to
Yes.
be up at 10:30? Or
Oh yeah,
11:30.
no. Yeah, I
Okay.
get up. Listen, I sleep in sometimes, but not all the time. All right, it's just
So same time, according to the Greenwich Mean Time.
I prefer it. In fact, the earlier we could do it for me, that works better for me. So I'm cool with it. Yeah.
So the only guy who is limited on how early we can start is John, who is not present half the time anyway. But
Mhm.
but yeah, I can't put it past him. So anyway, so we'll start at same time to us Europeans and an hour earlier for you you across the pond.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm like-
Yeah.
So let me change that on my calendar.
Me too.
The calendar.
Why change it in your calendar now due to the fact our thing's gonna go off tomorrow and that's gonna screw up your calendar?
No, it's not.
No, it's
If
not.
if I set a reminder for 2 p.m. next Saturday, it will still happen at 2 p.m. next Saturday.
The 2
That makes
Yeah,
p.m.
but
doesn't
2
change.
p.m. it's my reminders from 2 to 6. I'm gonna change it from 1 to 5 because
Wow.
it's still the same time there. It's an hour earlier.
Yeah, but we
for
started.
us.
I'm just saying we start at 3. I have a reminder, or sorry, I have an event that goes from 3 to 6. There's a 1 hour earlier alarm that goes off, but the event is still 3 to 6. But
No,
for
it's
the
not.
next 2 weeks, I'm going to change it to 2 to 5.
Okay, you totally screwed my mind up on this
Okay,
now.
so
Okay,
And with
we
that,
we
we're
have our
gonna have
event
some-
at 3, right?
Okay.
so
Right now we're starting at 3.
Okay, we're gonna
Next
go
week
into
we start
Santos
at 2, right? Because it's 1 hour earlier.
Blinky, let's get first off the stream, then you can explain. Thank you. Okay, everybody,
Bonus
Time for the
nachos,
bonus
everybody.
it's
nachos.
not.